I'm in the middle of making breakfast, but I'm going to make this video and it's going to be a total disaster, and I'm going to tell you why. So, typically, a lot of the stuff that I share and that I post on social media and what a lot of people know me as is the guy who's like knowledgeable about health or strength training and can do splits and handstands and stuff. And I dig all that stuff. It's awesome. But what I want to emphasize right now is the podcast with Sadhguru. I think it's Sadhguru with Joe Rogan. I just started listening to that, but I've been listening to the Survival Podcast, which is Jack Spirko's project, and I'm just going to give you guys a bunch of resources to check out. So you've got TSP, Survival Podcast, you got that Sadhguru podcast with Joe Rogan. I would encourage you to listen to Paul Chek talk about soil science. You could listen to Future 4200 on Instagram, or Dustin Powers, and I think he's having his second baby right now, so congratulations, man, if you ever see this, and anybody who does, just know that it's a beautiful thing. Come on, buddy, making a video. Every time, man, dogs. So, all of these resources basically go to say that, there's a bunch of random statistics I can give you and things that I haven't memorized yet, but you got to eat 20 heads of lettuce to get the nutrients in one lettuce about 100 years ago. You got to eat 8 oranges today to get the nutrients out of 1 orange. These kind of things, right? And there's feats of strength that the old strongmen have done that haven't been replicated in the last 100 years. I mentioned that. Hackenschmidt's hack squats, 50 kilograms for 100 reps, and the way he did them, nobody's done them that way. I think Saxon had a one-arm anyhow of 300 pounds, so Florida overhead, 300 pounds. Anyway, whatever people did, or somebody else probably may have had that, but there's a lot of things people haven't replicated. And obesity, diabetes, cancer is like 1 in 2 nowadays. Autism, I think, is basically 1 in 32 or less. It's like 1 in every kid in a classroom at this point. And that's not just like your class for that grade. It's like if you're going to elementary school and public school, which I did, and I don't think anybody should go to, that's another thing. But that's basically 1 autistic kid in every single one of your classes, because you don't have the same class of 32 people. So it's like every classroom, when there's a class going on in the school, if there's like 15 classes going on, every classroom has 1 autistic child, and that's terrible. What causes that? I don't know. I'm not going to say it's one thing in particular, but I know parental genetics play a role, your environmental factors. So anyway, it's a holistic approach. Holistic health basically means that we don't treat the disease, we treat the person. So the goal is you have to understand that, each person, depending on your heritage, your ethnicity, your history, whatever, where you come from in the world geographically, there's certain nutrients and certain lifestyle needs that your ancestors had, and you've probably adapted to have slightly different needs, but you still should be acting as close as you can to being a person. I'm not saying we have to go back to Paleolithic eras and get rid of our houses and kill our TVs and stuff, but you should smash your TV. That's another thing. Anyway, what I'm getting at is you got to think about your priorities with health. And I think a lot of people are not motivated to be healthy because they don't really see the point. They don't see any reason to do it. And I think that the gym is kind of a boring place for a lot of people. A CrossFit gym, they even require classes, a lot of them. Like, you can't just go in and do your own thing. So the gym is often not a place of freedom and liberty and self-exploration, which is what it should be and what it was supposed to be originally. So back in strength culture, physical culture, in Sandow's day. So we need gyms that are more liberating to people's consciousness. Free your ass and your mind will follow, right? And then we need people who are more interested in food and soil, and I'm calling myself out because I need to start a little garden or something here. Like, this is really what it looks like. If you look at Wolf of Wall Street and you watch that elite trader guy, or not Wolf of Wall Street, The Big Short, but you watch Brad Pitt's character, it's like he doesn't give a shit about trading or about, the modern world, I guess. He's like obsessed with seeds and growing plants and shit. So that's kind of what I'm getting at here. And I've shaved, so I look a little bit more professional. But just some topics, some ideas, some things to consider, and I'm done ranting. Good morning, have a good one. Hopefully you learned something.